Yo, man, listen. The vacuum of Kiev. All right. Yo, so
You
man,
saw that
have
meme?
you have you have you heard the gigaphone go off? Like, bro, like that shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah, yeah. You fucking. Did you watch Medicare's joint?
No, I did not.
Okay, so the like we might have gone too far. They might have gone entirely too far. Um, so Ukraine has actually just straight up set up a foreign legion
Mm. Yeah, I heard.
because
I heard. I heard. Yeah, like they fucking said, like as long as you have like a Ukrainian visa or some shit or a passport or something,
a
they'll just give you a
passport.
gun and tell you to go
Uh,
ham.
yeah, like it's a passport like that has a Ukrainian stamp on it. Basically, if you've been allowed into your Ukraine by Ukraine at any point in time while you've had a passport, they'll let you fight. Um, the UK has actually just straight up said that like if any civilians just want to volunteer to go fight, we'll fly you out.
Okay,
Uh
so like here's my issue. Okay,
uh Reddit has an entire board or dedicated to organizing people to like just go fucking fly out to Ukraine to go fight.
why?
I don't know, but I'm behind this. Let's send all of the bugmen to go die for like in a Zog war, and I'm gonna
Yo,
call it a
I don't
Zog
want
war.
to send those. I want to send the soy boys to go do this.
Yeah, yeah, the bugmen.
No, those aren't bugmen. Those are just you know. I mean,
Redditors? Yes.
they're not Redditors. Are not going to go. All right, you're gonna the people who are going to go to Ukraine are like people who were going to be soldiers anyway. We need them here. I want to go send like you know. I mean, like I want to empty out the
No,
city of
no,
San
like
Francisco.
I feel you, but like you forget that these people like don't realize what reality is. Like remember like it was a fad for a while that a bunch of like teenage females would start going to fucking Afghanistan and shit to join the Taliban. Like it's the same thing.
This is all right. Yo, look. All right. Here's my problem. All right. Number one, the first time an American dies on the ground in Ukraine, the news is going to put his face and his family and like on TV and go, he was such a great man. We loved him so much. Look at this American citizen who died for our freedoms. And like the American fucking flag is gonna fly and they're gonna fucking sing songs and there's gonna be like there's gonna be a rap song and a country song and a pop song made about them. And there's gonna be like t-shirts. It's gonna be like fucking George Floyd all the fuck over again, right? Gonna be motherfuckers with like, you know what I mean, like, you know, like fuck Russia type of shit and like no, all right? This is
All over some fucking neckbeard too. 'Cause it's gonna be some retarded redditor, like because like they literally have like a fucking FAQ on that fucking like there is a retarded number of people on Reddit who are like, yeah, I'm just gonna go sign up for this foreign legion. Which on one hand, I agree with you. I hope that a significant number of them are trolling, but on the other hand, like I I legitimately don't know if the gigaphone is enough to make us go to war at this point.
yo, look, okay?
I
They're running
I
around like yo. Listen, okay?
I'm fifty-fifty.
They're running
I'm
around yelling
50-50.
about nuclear fucking holocaust. Right?
I
I think we're
it
throwing good money after bad at this point. Right? Yo,
you're not
legitimately, like,
wrong,
yo,
but
look, we're a dude who's in way too deep of an argument with his female. All right, that's where we are right now. Okay, and like, yo, look, at some point, I've been this dude. Believe me, at some point, you have to go. No, no more. All right, just stop. You're not, bruh. Like, yo, you're just going to end up ruining everything. This is not where you want to be at the moment.
I feel you, and I agree with you, but like I
Look,
also like you have certain aspects of accelerationism that you're all for,
yeah.
and I have different aspects of
Yo,
acceleration
look,
that I
look,
am
look,
all
look, look,
for.
look. I'm all for, like, you know what I mean, like promoting civil war in the United States. I'm all for, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, like getting us to the point where the economy fucking collapses, right? Like, I am good with all these type of things. Okay, I would even like be cool with like saying EMP, right? Like, I'd be straight with that. Like, to let the lights go out. I'm down. Like, yo, let's get down and dirty. But like, let me keep this a buck. All right. Nuclear Armageddon is not something I'm trying to promote at all. Like, this is not something I want to do. Like, I feel like nuclear Armageddon is a bad idea for all of us involved. I said this when we first started this. All right. And there was a retard in my motherfucking joint who sat here and was like, I was in Ukraine. I know about these people and blah, 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 blah. Oh, man, they're not going to fucking do this. It's not going to fucking happen. And now here the fuck we are. They're threatening to throw fucking nuclear bombs at each other. And I'm standing here going, are you sure this is where we want to be? Yo, look, okay? Quitting while you're ahead is not the same as fucking quitting, my friend. All right? Legit. We're still America. Like, yo, Russia is still a dog shit country. No one cares about Ukraine. No one cares about Ukraine. All right? Before this week, 99.99% of all Americans couldn't point to fucking Ukraine on a map. All right? Legitimately.
I could, but
Well, again, we're not 99.99% of people, right? Look, all right, legitimately, there is absolutely no motherfucking reason that we should be in a fucking argument at all with people who have 6,000 nuclear fucking warheads. And no, there are 3 countries that we should ever be worried about, motherfucking, like, and defend with nukes. All right, and get on that type of level. And it's us, Canada, and Mexico. And Canada, I'm iffy on. All right, but like I'm saying, they're close. They're at least close enough that I might.
I would throw in Cuba, but
Well, no. I mean, like, countries where, like, you know, if like somebody,
yeah. If they put nukes in Cuba, we'd care. Like we did.
well,
care
no.
when they tried to do it.
No. I mean, like, countries that, you know, we would throw nukes
Oh,
at Russia over.
right. If they invaded, as opposed to just like
Yeah.
trying to post up on. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like, countries that I would not let any other country invade, right? And even then, I mean, all right, like let's say, like, you know, Venezuela or like Brazil wants to take over Puerto Rico. Do I really care? Do I care enough to stop them?
Or if like one province of Canada invades another. Like
I don't care. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Do what you do. It's your business, right? You know what I mean? Again, you know what I mean? If the US Virgin Islands wants to go to war with motherfucking, you know, but the Bahamas, do I really care? Not really, right?
I mean, at that point, you're just giving, you know, practice to Florida Man. I mean, what's going to happen is both of those countries are going to lose to a bunch of dudes on pontoon boats with machine guns.
Jesus, God, my bullets. Right? I mean, like, again, like, I just fucking, like, there's like 3 countries that I would throw nukes over invading. You know what I mean? That Mexico, Canada, and the US. You know what I mean? Like, if Germany or, you know, I don't know, if China tried to invade Mexico, all day, we, you know, go the whole way to the mattresses over that, right? 100%. We go to war. Like, not an issue. But like Ukraine, all right, how about this? Would you care if China went to war with Vietnam? No. India? No. Pakistan? No. Would I care? No, I wouldn't care.
And here's the deal. Like, people like to shit on it, but can we be real for half a second and say that like the Monroe Doctrine wasn't a terrible idea?
I feel where you are.
Like I'm not saying it was perfect by any means. Like the idea that we should be the police in this hemisphere, I feel kind of made the base of the argument for us being the world police. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Uh,
All right,
because
I got the picture of the America Ball with the fucking machine guns and the little hamburger hat thing that he had on. You know what I'm saying? With a hamburger behind him. You know what I mean? All over the map. Right? Yeah. Like I made that. Y'all are welcome. Right. But like legitimately, there are 3 countries that we should be throwing nukes over. Right? That's just Canada, Mexico, and us. That's it. Everybody else, I give 0 fucks about. Like China could invade Australia, and I would go, welcome to the land down under. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Hope y'all enjoy your Vegemite.
although Peter Zion has pointed out recently that you know, we have armed Australia to the teeth, so they can just cut off Chinese oil at any
Yo,
point.
look, again, here's the thing. Okay. Anybody that wants to buy weapons, right? As long as they're not like our best shit, I don't care. Right? You know what I mean? Like,
Which here's actually one ideology I came up with, like this Ukraine shit. Like, um, so there's like a couple $1 trillion worth of weapons in Ukraine that Trump sold them, right? And the thing is, like, Trump Trump was always the whole bitch, right? If you know what I'm saying, like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and so most of the time on trade deals, he would actually end up getting a better deal for America because like he didn't get that it was us bribing them unless somebody like told him that this was a bribe to them, right? And so like he got the whole thing where, oh, we're selling weapons to Ukraine, this is a bribe, I understand this. And so like he's just like, all right, like give them whatever the fuck they want. And they're like, are you serious? You're gonna give us whatever the fuck we want? And so, like, Trump sold Ukraine all sorts of shit that Obama specifically did not sell them to avoid pissing off Russia.
yo, did you hear about the water thing?
Which part?
Did you hear about there's a river. Fucking hang on, let me put this image up on the motherfucking joint, right? There's a river that goes down into the Crimean Peninsula, right? And this river, right, apparently Ukraine dammed it up and cut off 90% of the water to the motherfucking peninsula and shit.
I could believe it. You see fucking Coach Red Pills down there?
Down where?
He's in Ukraine.
Why?
He's from Ukraine.
Why?
He just happened to be there when shit fucking popped off.
Hilarious.
Yeah, like last I saw him, he was just live streaming from his hotel. He was the only person there. He's just like, look, I've got this pool all to myself. Look, I've got all these nice towels and this nice martini.
Yeah, but I think it's the Dnieper River, and apparently, like they've cut off 90% of water to the farms in Crimea, right? And they were basically starving them the fuck out. And somebody was saying like that's the actual reason why like Russia is doing what it's doing and shit.
Oh yeah, I could completely believe that.
I mean, like I don't, yeah, because I personally I don't know, you know, what I mean, as a thing, like I just don't fucking know, right? But like,
Fog of War, man. Like you see Thunderfoot the other day. No, it was today actually. Like I got like 5 minutes into it and I just yeeted out of it because he bought whole hog into the whole Ukraine is being strong thing, and he actually made a video called Russia fails to invade Ukraine, as if like you can tell who's winning an offensive within first 2 days.
I mean, I don't like. I
We're
mean,
not gonna know who won this for a month.
the gigaphone, son, the gigaphone. Right. And if y'all don't know what the gigaphone is basically, the way the media turns it up to like 11, right? When they want you to fucking follow some orders that they have, or they want you to do something that they want you to do, right? Whether it was, fucking shut up about the fucking election in 2020, or, fucking Donald Trump Russia, or whether it was, fucking the whole COVID nonsense, like get the shot, all that nonsense. Like, all of this, was the media just screaming at the top of their fucking lungs, and everybody's in lockstep, right? And like every time you see all of the media and all of your politicians in lockstep, we call it the gigaphone, right? It's where like they're just like, they're throwing up the bat signal to make sure everybody understands the point, and everybody has to fucking sit here and get on board, right? And
I feel you. Am I wrong?
About what?
We're not gonna know who won for like a month.
Well, there is no winning and losing in this, I don't think.
Yeah. But like when you're talking about, did Russia achieve what they wanted to achieve? Like, we're not gonna have.
Do we know what Russia's goals are?
Probably not. I did listen to Putin's speech. I'm not gonna suck Putin's dick, because like my limited knowledge of Russian history tells me that he had at least a few liberal interpretations, but like he wasn't wrong on.
I feel you on any of it.
Anything.
Yeah, I got you.
Right, and that is factually a different caliber of individual than anyone that we have in the West right now, unfortunately.
Well, like I've said this 1,000 times. I said, look, if you were gonna build if you had say a fantasy fucking, political team, right? Putin is being picked one or two, like all day. If you're looking at all the world leaders today, there's
today, yeah. My point is if you got to pick from the last, let's say, since the birth of Christ, right? You have to pick someone after Christianity became a thing, right? So post Christ.
Okay. All right. No. We can do that, right? I think that's a really good ideology, right? Like, who would your top 10 be?
Fucking.
Okay, you got. Wait, let's pick this, right? Top 10, and we're gonna have to go through positions of leaders, right?
Right,
what are they doing? Is he head of is he actually your head of state, or are they your political advisor? Is he your top general? Is he your ground general? Is he who are you picking where for what?
Monarch.
Well, top 10. Give me a top 10 list of guys and where they're going in your government.
Hadrian, I'm going to be a little bit controversial here and say actually Caesar.
What's Caesar doing?
The first. The one that got
stabbed. Yeah, what's he doing?
Oh,
where do you want him?
I want him in America, conquering South America.
Okay. So check us out. if I had to pick my top leader all time, right?
Go for it. Khan?
Well, Khan would be.
You don't want to say general because you want to give that to Patton.
All right, ground generals, right? I mean, because like, you have ground generals, right? I want Caesar. I want Patton, right? I want Rommel. I want. I want Genghis Khan and Napoleon, like as the top of the military, the top two tiers, top two guys in the military, right?
Right.
Because Napoleon's
Probably
he's a whatchamacallit, he's a fucking logistics guy, right? And Khan is fucking Genghis Khan, nigga. Like fucking like that dude when it comes to running shit. I mean, like he's top of the mark, right?
right. You'd want to give them probably a division each, right?
Well, more along the lines of like I want them working together. Like I want motherfucking I want Napoleon head of like fucking the Pentagon services, right? If you're putting them in the U.S. government, I want him to be like the guy who is supplying the fucking troops. You know what I mean?
Feel you?
And then I want Genghis Khan making fucking battle plans. Right? Then I want Patton and I want motherfucking Caesar on the ground, right? You know what I mean? But like just the top two commanders, right? And Caesar's a ground guy. He's a fucking cavalry dude, like all day. He can get done in any era of fucking history and shit, right?
I want Adrian in charge of borders.
Okay. I want Adrian in charge of the National Guard, and I want him building borders, right? Trying to think. Oh, I want Marcus Aurelius running the motherfucking shit. I want him as my head of state. Period. Right?
So you're really gonna burn the Christians again?
Look, all right, we're putting him in. He's gonna be president, dictator, president, right? Like forever. Like he's just full time. He's not leaving, right?
So that's a yes.
I want G. I want G as my no. I'll tell you what. I want G as the Fed chair, and then I want motherfucking God damn it. I want fucking Treasury Secretary, right? Because Keynes had a really good understanding of how economics worked, right?
Oh yeah, but like you'd have to like even making that a hereditary position would not be good enough. Like you would literally have to chain the man's immortal soul to the position. Like you'd have to talk to Navi about exactly how to do that, but
right.
like you could not have a mortal person run that office.
I want Marco Polo as my Secretary of State. No, I want Putin as my Secretary of State.
So we're not even gonna like consider any of the great Russian leaders before Putin, like Peter the Great, these type of people.
Nah, I feel like Putin's probably like, that nigga is holding together the worst country I've ever seen in my whole life. Well,
I've actually heard rumors that's not necessarily voluntary either.
I agree. Like again, I don't care.
No. Like on Putin's part, where apparently he's my understanding. And I don't want to make any definitive statements on things that I don't have any direct knowledge of, right? But my understanding is that he has been informed that he is going to die in office. And he gets to decide if that's before or after he pens his resignation letter. Right.
Oh man, I feel for him. I do. Man, listen. I'm trying to think of like who else from history I would like really want. You know what I mean? Because I got a couple more positions to like fill yet. You know what I mean?
I feel like Sargon of Akkad deserves on this position. Like
Yeah, but he was before Christianity.
Oh yeah, that's
You made that stipulation, right? You made that stipulation.
Make that stipulation.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like we can't have like Jesus and Moses and shit. You know what I mean? Like none of them are available. None of the pharaohs, right? Like none of the great guys from like fucking Osiris or any of them guys are fucking available. You know what I mean?
I'd put Hitler in charge of Health and Human Services.
No. I want him on the I want him in charge of the Government Accountability Office, right? Like, yo, I want that nigga building bridges. Legit. I want him building bridges and roads. I want roads going across this country that I can do 200 mile an hour on, right? Like, yo, get it done, right? Say what you want about the man, but that Autobahn is amazing.
Where do you put Mussolini?
He's not getting a fucking position in my fucking government. Fuck that guy. Guy was fucking retarded. Like, there was nothing he did that was good. Not a fucking thing about his fucking. Yo, like, bro, no, fuck Mussolini. Yo, you know who I do want in my government though? It's gonna fuck you up, right? I want motherfucking Kim Jong-un, right?
I can see it, yeah.
Right.
Like that dude's got balls that drag on the ground.
Like, yo, look, that dude. Yo, let's keep this 100 about that guy. All right. Like, that dude is a fucking monster. Oh, you know who else I want?
He told people that he didn't shit.
Yo, that guy there is the Minister of the Interior, right? 100%, right? Like, yo, that's a propaganda master. Yo, you know who else I want on my fucking team? Legit. I want Tojo running the Coast Guard.
All right. Make your case.
Right? Like, yo, look, Tojo, let's keep this 100, all right? He sat here and took over, right? Like, as much area as the Roman Empire in like fucking 15 years and brought in the Meiji Restoration. You can't argue with his fucking results. That dude got it the fuck done. Right?
I would put Saddam Hussein in charge of Mexico.
I feel like we can do better.
I feel like he
Okay, no. You know who we need for fucking in charge of Mexico?
Who? Don't you dare say Abe.
No. We need the guy. Shit, man. Who was the dude? Who was the conquistador who went to war with the Aztecs with 200 niggas?
Cortez.
Yo, we want Cortez. Cortez is running Mexico. 100%, bro. Yo, fuck the garbage. That dude, yo, anybody who went to war with 1 million people with 200 guys.
Cortez, any state in South America, he's not gonna stop there.
Yo, look, I don't care. Yo, none of them have nukes. All right, so literally, like, yo, worst come to worst, we'll just nuke the Panama Canal. All right, he won't be able to come over. Legit. And besides,
yeah, but Mexico is on the other side of the Panama Canal.
Yo, look, we have Adrian taking care of the borders. All right, we're good. Don't worry about Cortez is running Mexico. He'll be fine. All right, believe me. You know what I mean? We'll be good. We'll take care of him. You know what I mean? Or we could make Cortez. You know what I'm saying? Like something here. I feel like we should use him as part of the military. Like, yo, he should be in charge of the Marines.
No. He needs to be FBI. Or maybe CIA, whoever's like stirring shit up in other countries.
No. He wouldn't be good at that, bro. Like, yo, I want that motherfucker to have boats, right? You know what I mean? I want to see another battle with war canoes, right?
I think there's still a thing, to be honest.
Yeah, I know they are. No. Yo, we'll put him in charge of piracy in Africa.
I mean, you already said Coast Guard.
Yeah, Coast Guard. He's going to be part of the Coast Guard, right? Legit. And he'll just go around fucking up Africans in rubber dinghy boats and shit.
Yeah.
Right? Yo,
I still can't believe that they're talking about mobilizing national. Well, I can believe it, but like they're talking about mobilizing National Guard and Border Patrol to go to fucking Ukraine.
Well, apparently we don't have any borders here. We care about Ukraine's borders. You fucking cocksuckers. All right, I'll tell you. Yo, I want LeMay's in charge of the Air Force.
That wouldn't be a bad one. You put Churchill anywhere, or is he just kind of a unique British phenomena?
Yo, look, I'll be honest, I don't like British people. That's a general thing. As you notice, I haven't picked a single Brit from history. You know what I mean? There's like Charlemagne and all types of good guys after Christ.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but I mean, you could. The difficult thing is, especially if you're talking about like America, like just due to the fact that we've had more people, we just have more people to pick from.
I mean, we
Right.
only really have one American. That was Patton.
Patton, yeah.
Right?
I feel like Sherman should be in this discussion.
Why?
He was a good general.
I mean, he was a good general, right? And I'm going to agree with you that he was a good general.
The issue there is that, like, if you look at it objectively, like, the South just was dumb.
I mean, yo, but like, let's keep it a buck, all right? Think about the individuals. Let's talk about who's on our list. Let's talk about who's on our list here first, all right? When it comes to military generals, we have Caesar, right? We have Caesar. We have Patton, right? We have Napoleon, and we have Genghis Khan, all right?
Right. Where
is Sherman anywhere near any of these individuals?
Yeah, you're not wrong. He's like some sort of commander on that.
Like he would in this army, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he would literally be like a fucking NCO. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he's not that good in the end of the day. Right? Like if I was building a team, you know, that's not who I would choose. I'm trying to think of like who I would like to have. Oh, I'd put Oppenheimer in charge of motherfucking NASA.
Right. The name escapes me, but I would put forget his name, but like it was that one
His name a country or a position, something that he did.
No, fucking South Africa.
Mugabe.
No. It was one of like the old tribes, like the ones that ran. There was a leader there who like got it done and almost overcame machine guns with just dudes on foot. So I'd want to put him in charge of cavalry.
No, we got Patton, son. We have the greatest cavalryman in the world.
Fair enough.
We have Patton. Like we're good, right? I mean, like we could have a couple more generals from history and shit. Like I'd like to have Maurice with the Spear of Destiny, right? That would be nice.
I suppose we're kind of running into an issue here where, like,
how about Mark Antony?
that is a conversation worth having, but I think another conversation worth having is at what point in time in history did political leaders diverge from military leaders? Because they're not as related as they used to be, you know what I mean?
I feel you. I'm gonna say,
Atom bomb is definitely when like you can say there was a clean break.
well, we had Eisenhower, and
Globally.
globally,
Yeah, yeah, like as an ad in general thing. I didn't mean
well, I
us
mean, the
specific.
war in general stopped after the atom bomb.
Yeah, yeah, and so more countries didn't have to have military leaders as leaders.
Yeah, but Department of Justice, we're getting Pinochet.
Definitely is gonna hand out so many free helicopters rides.
Yo, Pinochet. We got to get Pinochet in there for the Department of Justice. Like, yo, he gets it the fuck done. Um, I mean, like, after World War II, for sure, 100%. I mean, because, like, worldwide, Hitler was in the military, right?
Right.
Napoleon was in the 1800s.
Hitler was pre-atom bomb though.
I feel you. Like, I'm saying, like, if we're going backwards,
Right, 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 right,
you
right.
know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of European fucking leaders back then. A lot of them were still top end generals and shit. You know what I mean? Like the fucking czars in Russia and whatnot.
The ones that weren't were monarchs, and most of them had military training at the very least.
Yeah. I mean, like, so, yeah, World War II is pretty much when that ended. You know what I mean? Because, like, war was no longer a necessity. So, therefore, you didn't need a war president. You know what I mean?
Right, and
I mean, let's keep this a buck, right? You know what I mean? Like, fucking countries in South America are literally named after fucking military leaders and shit. You know what I mean? Like Venezuela's like I think Venezuela's real fucking country's name is like the fucking Republic of Venezuela of Bolivar, right? You know what I mean? Then you got Bolivia and like Brazil, like all of these things are all like fucking named after fucking one guy who was a military leader back in the 1800s and shit.
right, right, and so kind of brings us back around to the fact that we've been living in a historically unprecedented time where we haven't had any major wars in like 70 years, something like that.
I feel you. Right.
Um,
And can I say this, man? I agree with that CRT bitch that the reason we're making a big deal out of this is because it's white people.
I mean, like, yeah, but that's not necessarily like wrong, right? Because you're not wrong that it's because it's white people, but like I could reasonably find someone in my state who is directly related to a Ukrainian,
People in my
right?
state
Like,
who are directly related to Russians. Your point being what?
yeah, 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 on both sides of this. So, like, we have a reason to care about it
We do not.
as an like
We
as
do
an in
not.
general thing more than some random Middle Eastern country going to war with some other random Middle Eastern country. Uh, there's also the fact that like you don't you don't have to have a racial preference to go onto Antifapedia and see that like if you look up wars in Europe, it's a much shorter list than wars in the Middle East. Right.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
It is.
I mean, recently or like over time?
recently at the very least. Like you're not wrong that like over time that starts being a more questionable thing, but the very least, if we're talking about our lifetime, much more common.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Well, I
yeah.
mean,
So like,
okay.
here's
Wait,
the
wait.
thing.
I mean, Eastern Europe in our lifetime, in my lifetime anyway. Maybe not yours, but in my lifetime, 100% Eastern Europe's always been going to war and fucking each other up.
Like kind of, but not really. They're like Eastern
Mm.
Europe. That okay. Name 5 conflicts in Eastern Europe. I'll give you fucking number one's going to be when Russia took I don't want to say Chechnya, but
I
like
mean,
the that area underneath fucking Ukraine that everybody got all butthurt about. And then I'll also give you when Serbia and Kosovo fell, right? I'll give you 2 right off the bat right there. So name 3.
name three.
Yeah, I've given you 2. Come up with 3 more that are not Russia retaking.
All right. Well, you
Right.
have fucking Czechoslovakian Civil War, right? You have
I
well,
already mentioned Serbia.
you already mentioned Serbia.
Yeah, yeah, the Kosovo nonsense.
Well, how about the Serbia-Croatian War? Motherfucking. Trying to think here because there's been a bunch of war in the Carpathians during the 1990s. There was a shit ton of them, right? Bosnia, fucking Serbia, fucking Croatia, Czech Republic, fucking
Oh wait,
Dog like Russia.
you're
Russia went to
getting
war with Georgia, Dagestan, motherfucking
you're getting
Armenia.
into more of the Middle East now.
These are the Carpathians, right? This is Eastern Europe. This is the Carpathian, or this is the Caucasus regions, right? What would traditionally be called shit? Fuck is the name of that fucking area? Shit, man, the Levant, right? You know, what I mean, like all through Levant, there's always been issues. They've always gone to war. You know, what I mean, like fucking between Turkey and these fucking countries, and just there's a bunch of fucking shit just all over the place in in this general region.
That Turkey is not Eastern.
Turkey's part of motherfucking the EU and shit. So I'm gonna argue that Turkey is part of this shit,
Turkey's also part of NATO, dude. Like,
which is fucking dumb.
yeah,
Like, which is fucking dumb.
like North Atlantic Trade Organization,
Treaty organization.
treaty organization, but still, like, what part of Turkey touches the Atlantic again?
None. Well, what part of Poland touches the Atlantic?
I mean, Poland, you can make some. You can reach for. You can reach for Poland, right?
How
You.
about Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania?
Oh yeah, yeah. I am not defending any of these countries, sir. Like,
Like, yo, I mean, like there's a lot of these countries that like what part of Germany touches the Atlantic Ocean again? Please remind me.
I mean, their rivers do, but
They do not.
okay. So
What part of Austria touches motherfucking the Atlantic Ocean? Please remind me of that again. You do me a favor? Tell me which one of those it was. I'll wait. How about Hungary? Where does Hungary hook up with the Atlantic? Can you explain that?
Yeah, we're on similar pages. So.
Like, yo, again, I don't think any of these fucking countries should be tied to us. Like, I'll be real. I don't fucking care about any of these countries. I am not Hungarian, nor Austrian, nor German, nor motherfucking, well, part of me's German. But fucking, I'm not Estonian or Latvian or Lithuanian. I'm most definitely not a Polak. Like, shit, we wouldn't be having this conversation if I was a Polak. You know what I mean? I'd be fourth generation. We'd still be trying to figure English the fuck out.
I'm like a quarter Pole, bro.
Don't tell people that. That's they'll lose faith in you, right? like if you're a Polish physicist, it's like, no, you're not. Like, where are you really from?
Well, I'm the same percentage Polish as I am German, and
well, you're probably the same percentage Polish as you are like fucking Chinese. You know what I mean? Let's keep this a buck. Like, yo, fucking, like Poland.
No. All my grandparents were basically right off the boat or from Irish communities, which you know how Irish communities are.
Inbred, I got you.
Like,
right.
100% Irish, 10 generations in.
Again, inbred, right? I get where you are, right? You know what I mean? Like, yo, the Irish, you know what I mean? They go on fucking dating apps that have their cousins on them and shit. You know what I mean? Yo, it is what it is. Not mad at them. They do what they do. But let's keep this 100, all right? The Irish and the Polish are the two dumbest parts of white people. You know what I mean?
I would argue that they exist to balance everybody else out.
Cannon fodder. They're cannon fodder is what they are. I'm pretty sure. That's why in the Civil War, nobody knew an Irish person's name who died. But a lot of them did. Can you name me one Irish person who died in the Civil War? No one can. You know why? Because they all did. All right, it's what they were meant to do. They didn't even give them guns when they went to the front. They just said, charge! Right? And they just had rocks in their hand. Because that's what they're used to using.
The only part where I would contest is that they would not give them rocks, but give them bottles.
Yo, look, all right. The Irish, the Scottish. Well, nah, because I'll tell you what. Some of our best inventors were fucking Scottish.
Yeah, but have you taken a look at Scotland lately?
Yo, every time I talk to a Scottish person, I'd be like, yo, you do have schools, right? like roads. You know what a road is?
Okay,
we have this thing called air conditioning. Do you know what that is, by chance?
So I'll tell you how fucked Scotland is right now. They have a separatist party that wants to leave the UK to join the EU.
They're fucking retarded.
They're
literally like black people. They're like, yo, man, listen. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to stay in the Democratic Party because they keep giving us more free gibs. Yo, that's what it's about. It's literally about welfare money. That's what it's about. Seriously.
Yeah, your plan there is gonna work about as well as trying to make a pirate republic there, bud.
They're fucking dumb. I'm telling you. It's like the Polish, right? Legit.
I would argue that the Polish are stubborn, not stupid.
I would argue that the Polish are stupid. I literally, I had a conversation with a Polish aristocrat, not too long ago. It was probably about 2 weeks ago. And after about 20 minutes, I found myself wanting to just pull directly off to the side of the road and not let off the gas pedal, you know? Because I couldn't believe that people were that fucking dumb.
Be so mean.
Not legitimately, this guy was so fucking stupid that I literally sat here and just, he's like, yeah, I'm going to college for acting. What? Yeah, man, I hate the Polish people. They're so stupid. They all support war, man. They're all proud of their country. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. Like, yo, I feel where you
So
are. I feel where you are. Like, I wouldn't be proud to be Polish either, but, you know, that's better than, like, you know, trying to move to fucking Brussels to be a Polish actor. You know what I mean?
that that is fair enough, but I don't know. Like, uh, you're you're just being mean at this point.
Fucking, Polish people are fucking stupid, dude. Legit. Like, I have a brother-in-law. He's been here 19 fucking years as a Polak. The motherfucker still don't speak English.
I could say the same of a lot of Mexicans.
But Mexicans have other Mexicans to talk to. He's the only Polish person here.
Uh, that's more of an Eastern European thing.
No, no, no.
Like,
That's more of a dumb thing, all right? Because I know plenty of
no,
Russians who have
no.
been here. They were here. I know Russians who I went to school with. They were here like fucking 6 months and knew the language.
All right, Russians specifically are different because let's be real, they've always been a multicultural empire. That's why it's always been like a clusterfuck, right? Um, because they like let's be real here. There 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 have been going back to this Ukraine thing. Apparently there are reports of people yelling out Allahu Akbar on both sides. So like there's Chechens on both sides of this right now.
Yeah, I heard about this. Right, I heard. I watched a report where like it's like, or you told me one of the two, where it's like Chechens versus motherfucking like the Chechens like there's
The
one
Chechens who got kicked out versus the Chechens who stayed, basically.
like it's like two sides of a Chechen civil war that's being fought in Ukraine against and for the Russians at the same time.
Yep.
Yo, them motherfuckers are dumb. I mean, it's brilliant, but it's fucking dumb.
Yeah, it basically Russia is doing the same thing with Ukraine as we're doing with Canada right now, and just like making it be a proxy conflict.
And a real conflict.
I mean, let's be real here. The Ukrainians and the Chechens are a little bit more violence prone than the Canadians, at least until they've imported enough more people.
Oh man, I can't wait for the Ukrainians to get imported to Canada. It's gonna be great.
I don't think they're gonna make it, to be honest. Like, I think like they've already cut off air supplies, right? And apparently they're expecting to cut off supplies by land within the week, right? And this is coming from just American people who are not being shills, like not necessarily carrying water for one thing or another, but like just calling it on Geopop, right?
Gotcha.
And it was actually I'll link it here where fucking Michael whatever was on the Ukraine thing. Ugh. And he points out that like fucking once you can't get any more supplies in, then it's just a matter of like Russia can keep like they've got a caravan 17 miles long heading into Kiev, right? Kiev.
Yeah.
And by the way, those of you who have, taken a point of specifically going with like the Ukrainian pronunciation of Kiev, like, first of all, good on you on learning how to speak a Russian dialect. Like,
Yo, you're an asshole.
I'm.
You're an asshole. You're a dick. He's like, speak a Russian dialect. You didn't even do it. You did it the same way like Italians in New Jersey learn fucking Italian. Like, oh, give me some of that manigot. Like, you know, one food word. Like, yo, what's the mozzarella? Like, shut up, dummy. You don't even speak Italian. You go to a restaurant, you be like, yeah, man, let me get a cheesesteak, peppers, onions, and some provolone, right? Just because you pronounce the E doesn't make you Italian, dumb fuck. Like, shut up. These motherfuckers pretending they know some shit. Yeah, in Kiev. Shut up, Kiev. We all know what the fuck it's, bro. Everybody watch Lord of War. Fuck out of here.
Oh man, that made me laugh harder than I thought it would.
Give me some gabagoo. It's Capicola, stupid. Shut up. You know where the fuck you are.
But
yo, man. You goddamn fucking posers. Yo, man, you know Metallica, man, like, the best track was on the B-side. It was a song one time. Fucking stupid hipster, shut up. It's because you bought a pair of jeans that somebody else wore at a thrift shop does not make you motherfucking special. Yo. Acid washed, man.
Yeah, so how much staying power do you think the gigaphone has on this type of thing? Right.
I don't know. Everybody's starting to break ranks. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking you know how this works, right? Because, you know, like fucking a lie gets around the world before the truth has a motherfucking chance to get its pants on. But once it does, it's all over. You know? And Americans don't want wars. Like, yeah, we don't want another war. Like, Americans are not down for like fighting this bullshit.
Right. And like another thing that people don't really think about just because of it's specifically American in the ideology because like you're let's just briefly summarize American battle doctrine very quickly. You don't have to do it all that eloquently. A soldier I know told me that American battle doctrine is approach the enemy and fire upon them with overwhelming firepower. If you do not have overwhelming firepower, acquire it and then
Let's go blow shit up.
repeat A. Right. So like the entire ideology is that like you don't want to play fair. You do not at any point in time want to deal with anything where you do not have like a 10-to-1 edge, right? Which is smart, right? But like it also has like this underlying aspect of it that kind of conceals one part of war that you don't think about when you go to war with that doctrine, which is that like you don't typically win an engagement when you kill 100% of the enemy combatants. Historically, I think it's between like 20 or 40%
10.
casualty rate.
It's
Right,
10.
right,
It's
right.
10%. That's what term decimate comes from.
Right, right, right.
It's a divide by 10. It's for
Right,
like
right.
decimal.
I couldn't remember the exact number, but at 10% losses, most people start breaking rank. At 30% losses, you are then at the point where, like, if you look left and you look right, you're more than likely to see one dead person if you haven't died. So like this is the time where the forces like they break, they rout, they do these types of things. And one thing that we haven't really taken into consideration quite yet because we haven't well, excuse me, we haven't had an opportunity to see a really, really, really plugged in population go to war, right? Like in the Middle East, social media and phones were a thing, and it was whatever. It was mostly like an upper middle class thing among like college students and shit. But like Kiev is like Ukraine is a modern European nation. Like they might be corrupt as shit to the point where the GDP per capita or the average earnings in Ukraine is actually lower than in Russia.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, like that. When you consider the fact that you're averaging that out over all of the people who just live in the taiga off fucking elk meat or what the fuck ever, Ukraine is poor.
Yes.
Very, very poor. But like they're still hooked into Europe enough that everybody has
Well,
smartphones and
here's
shit.
here's 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 what's going to happen. All right, I can tell you
Go for it.
exactly what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the U.S. is going to do what the U.S. does. Right? They're going to arm a whole bunch of individuals and send in a shit ton of weapons, and we're going to outproduce everybody like we always do. Right? And we're just going to dump weapons into the field and send troops in that like aren't ours, and we're going to just keep throwing bodies at the Russians and drones and planes and fucking bombs and missiles and all this shit until, like, you know what I'm saying, the Russians get so goddamn frustrated that they either A, run away, or B, declare war on us. Right. And then, you know, I mean, things get very, very interesting very, very quickly. This is why I didn't want to be in this conflict at all as an in general thing, because when it comes to firepower, Russia has us outgunned. Right. You know what I mean? And it's not like we're like outgunned in like a manner of where, you know, like, oh, they have more tanks than us. Like, oh, no, it's like, oh, they have more nuclear weapons than we do. And that's a fucking scary thing for a population who, you know what I mean, is shrinking, and the continent or the country is in fucking turmoil and things are bad. People get desperate. And if they launch one off, the entire game changes.
Yeah. I mean, it is worth noting that like being real here,
Do you think
both
America, I don't like, at what point will America back down? That's the
right,
question.
right, 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 right.
Right? At what point will
I
they
was going to
fucking
speak.
stop?
I
Good.
was going to speak specifically on the nuclear issue.
Good.
So here's the thing. America has like neither America nor the Soviet Union has taken good care of their nukes. They just haven't because
We just upgraded all ours a couple years ago.
yeah, but that was mostly just a way to channel defense funding.
No, I'm saying we literally just overhauled our entire shit like fucking 3 or 4 years ago. Like we
Yeah,
really
under
did.
Trump, we did have that modernization thing, but that that is a multi-year process that we are in the middle of that we funded 3 or 4 years ago,
Yeah.
specifically. Um, not to disagree with you too much, but like these are things that are like decade timelines. So we started renovating them 3 or 4 years ago under a very controversial program that was done by one particular party and that has been largely cut back on by the next following administration.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, all right. So like the existential question is,
No. Like this is important here, where you're not wrong that we have been doing more maintenance and this type of thing on our nukes. The Russians have been worse because apparently, like, they've just been taking them apart for nuclear reactor fuel without really saying anything because it hasn't exactly all been authorized. And so the thing with Russia is like I don't think that even Putin knows the maximum number of nukes that he has at his disposal. Although I do know that he has a good number on like the minimum, right? Uh, which is more of an artifact of the way like power works in Russia than anything. So let's not be under the impression that like everybody's hiding nukes that we don't know about. I think rather the risk is to the downside where a lot of the nukes that we say we have are just non-functional on both sides.
Okay, let's talk about this, right? Because this is very important. I don't give a fuck how many of them don't work. I care about the ones that do. And even if it's 30, even if that's how low the number is, I don't give a fuck. 30 nukes, one comes off, or two or three come off a submarine somewhere, which all these motherfuckers have the ability to do so off a submarine platform where they can just sit offshore and launch. Right? And it don't take shit for one of them to really actually just hit. You know what I mean? Like one major city, say New York or DC. And the entire world changes overnight.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
the whole world changes that moment, right? Because we are then in World War III and we are going to eliminate a country. We may end up really actually depopulating fucking Russia, right? And they may launch off everything they have, and who knows what the fuck they hit.
Well,
And
the other thing
it's it might even be like the end of fucking humanity as we know it at that point. Right. And I don't want to get to that point because like we are extremely close to that point today as it sits.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know why we're playing chicken.
I'll tell you why. Because we've been living on this tripwire for decades, and like we've put increasingly incompetent people in charge because like we haven't fell off it, right? Like,
Yeah.
if
I mean, like, yo, let me keep this 100 with you. Russia should be our greatest ally.
I mean strategically, yeah,
Should be. Better than any other country on the planet. Because they literally have like the perfect situation for us.
right, and culturally they're actually very, very similar to
Yeah.
the United States.
I know.
Because they're a multicultural empire. We're a multicultural empire. They're ran by Jews. We're ran by Jews.
No. I'm saying geopolitically speaking, right? They are our closest neighbor other than Canada and Mexico, right? You know, because of Alaska, right? Like 60 miles off the shore of fucking Alaska's goddamn fucking Siberia or whatever, fucking Luhansk. I forget the name of the fucking city that's there. But like, so they should be our closest fucking ally. Right.
Yeah,
they control all of the oil and natural gas and coal and fucking inputs that go into Europe and most of the world. They control the vast majority of fertilizer made on the fucking planet, right? They control 90% of all the fucking precious metals that go into things like catalytic converters, like for instance, like platinum, right? Like this country is perfect as an ally for us, right? They have leadership who is competent. Not just okay, they're competent. They have a major security problem that we could settle and help them with. I don't understand why we have this adversarial fucking relationship with them.
Because it's politically expedient in the short term.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, you're not wrong, because like, and just because I dropped a J bomb there a second ago, let me be 100% clear here. Zelensky is also a Jew.
Okay.
So like,
Hey, he's a comedian
and a Jew, but right. So like,
I don't care.
Putin is a Jew. So like if you hear any of these alt-right types trying to sell you on like the white race or fuck Jews or whatever, like there are Jews on both sides of this. So if that's what you care about, then like this is a wash.
Again, I just want to know why it is that, like, Russia's not our best ally.
Um,
Cause, and not only that, they literally surround China.
right, right, right. I think Moldbug has kind of had opinions on this, right?
Yeah.
Uh, you might be able to summarize it a little bit better, but like basically it's because they're a competing faction.
I mean, like, I understand, like, the argument of, like, they're fighting against a liberal world order and they're in a autocracy and shit. You know what I mean? But, like,
No, 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 no. Like in that like they're it's not that they're fighting against the world order, it's that they're part of the same thing that produced it, right?
what do you mean?
Um, so if you look at Europe in the early 1900s and you're trying to like do a web map of
Right.
influences, right? And you try to trace out the influences of like different right-wing movements, then you get a lot of dead ends and a lot of stuff that doesn't actually connect. However, if you trace out the influences of Russia and communism and these other left wing movements generally, it looks like a goddamn bicep, right? Where it just pulls all of it in. Everybody who was anybody in the 1900s was a communist,
Yeah.
right? Um, and so just because of that gravitational pull, I think there is an inherent hatred in the American intelligentsia of Russia for being the origin of some of those ideas. Like they're like, no, we want to be the origin.
I don't think that's it.
I don't think they explicitly lay it out in that context, but I think that's like the root of a lot of it.
I think it's literally like it's just politically easy to blame, what I'm saying, Russia because, like, they've been saying this for 60 years.
I mean, that's at least one level to it.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's a common known boogeyman. It's like something that haunts your dreams at night. It's like the fucking Gauls and Roman, with the Romans and shit. And we're like, the Romans, like, they remember that, fucking Vivictus shit. Like, every Roman knows, like, every Italian today still remembers Vivictus, right? It's something that, like, haunts us as a people, right? And you know the story of that?
Go ahead and tell it.
All right, so basically, the Gauls came down and sacked fucking Rome. And, like, fucking when, like, the Romans had to pay tribute in gold, like, they were complaining that, like, the fucking scale wasn't settled properly. And motherfucking this Gallic general took his sword and threw it on the motherfucking pile, right? Or threw it on the motherfucking side of the weights or whatever and said, "Vi Victus," right? Which means woe to the vanquished, right? It's basically like, fuck you, you lost, pay up, right? It doesn't matter. You're going to pay what the fuck we say you're going to pay, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so, like, it's that thing that haunted in the head. And that's why Julius Caesar ended up going up and fucking up and, like, basically eliminating, a third of the entire goddamn population. He committed a fucking genocide, right? And we have that same mentality with, like, the Soviets. And we look at Russia in the same way because, like, people, again, like, I've been saying this for, like, a while now. I've been trying to burn this into people's heads where it's like, we have this mentality of, fucking kids hiding underneath the desk because they're worried about the Ruskies launching off a nuclear fucking warhead and shit. It's changed, like, the entire West mentality about who they are as people. And where their place is in the world. It's, like, fundamental.
Right, right. Whereas, like, opposition to Russia is kind of definitionally American now.
Mm. It's definitionally Western at this point.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I think that's where it is. But yo, look, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. You gotta go to bed. You know what I'm saying? I know you got work in the morning. Thank you, man, for helping me out.
All right, later, dude.
All right, peace. Yo. Y'all know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe, motherfuckers. Peace.